Today, I am going to discuss again the control flow. That means the way our code execution happen. So we have already discussed about the conditional. If the particular condition met, then the particular block of code can execute or cannot execute. So condition based. So whenever you write a program, you are writing the number of statement and number of line. So generally programs are executed sequence by sequence, right? So here you met condition A. If particular condition met, then this code execute. Else this particular codes are only execute, not executed the particular condition not. So you have to control. Now the another control flow is known as a loop. Loop say, hey, this is the statement of line I written, and I want same 10 times, yeah, 20 times, 30 times. Same statement or same line of code. Let's this is the two line of code you written, and you want this should be executed by the 10 times, yeah, 20 times. So repetition, same line of code, same block of code, whatever the block of code you written, you want to it's do execute by our Python interpreter multiple times. That is the concept of loop or iterate. The same set of code you want to execute multiple times. Here multiple times can you think 10 times, 20 times, 100 times, 1000 times. Okay. So on the particular condition, if until the condition is not true, let's say I say, hey, print execute this two line of code, this two line of code, this two line of code until 5 times. So you have to ensure 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So we have to ensure that if this code executed 5 times, it should stop. Somehow we have to apply the condition. If the condition until true, you are going to execute the code. If condition false, you don't do. So this is the concept is the loop. In each and every programming language is have a concept of loop. Okay, so if you have already aware the any other programming language, it's very simple for you. Okay, so Python provides the several types of loop to control the flow of your program execution. The most commonly used these two, a while loop and for loop. We're going to talk, but these are the most commonly used loop or types of loop in the Python. One by one, let's talk this. Okay. So the while loop. So while loop is used to execute a block of code as long as a certain conditions true. Okay, so here this is the set of line of code, this is the block of code, this is the block of code. You want this block of code can be executed until the condition I less than equal to 5. So here I initialize the 0. If condition true, then go execute this code. And again come back, again test. This condition true, then again execute the code. Again come back, this condition true, again. Until this condition is true, the block of code executed. Once condition false, these are going to execute the next steps, next block, whatever you written in the code. This is a very simple way to write the code. So let us example. Here say I equal to 0 and while keyword you can use, and here is a condition if I less than 6. If condition true, then print. print your number. Okay. So if you writing this course, what's this I equal to 0, while take a loop I less than 6, yes, it's a true, then print. Then again condition go check true, print, true, print. So they are infinite, always printing, because this condition is always be true. Okay, so this is a very key pointer for the loop. Whatever the conditions you are specifying, after couple of iteration, that condition must be false, so that our control guide, or this is the just let's say print next works, next statement, whatever next work. Okay, so this next work is not going to print until this loop is not completed. Let's you are printing this, and again printing uh, calculation something. Let's I multiply by whatever the number. Okay, so this two line of code can be executed always until this condition is a true. So how ensure that this condition is going to the false? So somehow this is the I0 less than 6, yes, print this two line, and again change this I value equal to maybe 1, 2, 3. So here you have to change I, whatever the value of I, let's plus 2. Okay, yeah, let's plus 1, whatever the increment you want. So now this is the part of your code. The first I0 true, print this value, and increment the value. Again go to the loop, check condition true, check condition true, check condition true, and after that it will be false. Okay. Okay, let's format the code. Okay, and run it. So notice here they are I0 and 0 multiplied by 0, round 1 finish. Okay, then again in value increment 2 true, again print the 1, again print the 2, again print the 3. Once it become a 4, 4 less than 4, it's false. That means they are not going to print. Okay, so even you have to write this way instead of just one liner. Okay, what is the value of I? Okay, and what is the, this is the condition. Okay, so let's write the condition for understanding condition. Okay, you can just write your condition, and I'm just going to put here so that we are log the. Okay, so here first I, let's start with a 0, 0 less than, make a 1. Okay, and let's, okay, minus. Okay, and run it. So notice here first time this is the I equal to 1 less than, plus 0, 0 less than true, 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 true. When I become a 4, 4, 4 less than 4, surely false. Once this condition false, going to loop out. So be aware the loop would be this code until true. This is the block of code. This is the block of code. Okay, this is the block of code is executed until this condition is the true. I minus 1 true, execute them, and after that again go to the check here. I here I already incremented, become a 1, 1, 1. This is the 1, 1 less than true, yes, true. Again become a 2, 2 less than, condition true, false. 3, condition true. Whenever it become a 4, 4 less than 4, it's become a false. Once this is become a false, once this is a false, the control goes from this block to the this line. And next line is printed, whatever the u. So the in the loop, you are only ensure that you condition after couple of iteration must be false. Else your code is going to infinite loop. That means always, if let's I remove this line, so this is always true, always print this line, this line, this line, this line, this line, and notice to run my program required the memory, and that's memory. Our computer laptop have a limited memory. After couple of iterations our memory fill and we get a error, hey, out of memory, stack flow, memory overflow. Okay, so please ensure that your condition must be false after couple of iteration, right? So what happened, let's see, I have just not written this line, so this will always going to execute. So notice always they are going to executing, and whatever the after couple of period later you find this is the infinite loop. Whatever the depend upon your machine capacity, the number of RAM you have, and after that it will going to maybe some error kind of things. Okay, so ensure that your condition should be false after couple of period. So notice the always they are printing, always they are going to printing, always they are going to printing. Okay? So this is your while loop, and whenever you are loop, so let's you decided those this loop is done 6 times, 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5 time, 6 time. But you want, let's keep first three I want, after that I want to break this loop and go to outside of the loop. I don't want always go to the loop, always go to the loop, always go to the loop. After some condition, I want the even we are not completed this false. If false, that control go to the outside. That's correct. But even I want forcefully should be out from loop. Okay, then how will do? So for those scenario, let's just stop them. And here I want to forcefully stop. So let us, this is the 10 time. Okay, let's remove everything. Okay, okay. Here, if you write condition, if I double equal to, let's 4, and after that I want to break the condition. So break keyword used to say ki after once I become a 4, you can come out. Okay, and then here you can just say I equal to I plus 1. Okay, right, and run it. So notice here, even this condition true, even this is the true I4, but still you come out the loop and next work you continue, right? So sometime you want, hey, this condition can be true, still I want to out from the loop, so you can use the break keyword. So break keyword help us to uh, but this is the block of code. This code is in the loop. They are always going to loop. They are always going to loop, always going to loop until this condition is true. Okay, that's great. But let's keep this is a 10 time. I want after 4 iteration, I want to go outside of the loop. So once this condition true, the break keyword say, hey, don't check this condition true or false. Don't worry, you got the break, go outside the loop, and next we are going to the print. So sometime you want to break the loop, then you can use the break keyword, right? So the break keyword is help us to out the loop even the condition is not false. Similarly, one case, hey, let us, you are in a loop, you are in a loop, you are a printing until this condition is the not false. Until true, they are going to continue printing, continue printing. But I want after the particular iteration, particular these two conditions, I don't want to execute. This two lines are two condition I don't want to execute. I want to skip something. This three line I want and this three line I want. Remaining two I want to skip them. So you have a continue options. Okay, don't whenever one line printed, two line printed, three line printed, condition meet. Okay, condition meet, don't print. Again, continue the loop. Again, condition meet, continue loop. A condition not met, then print that. The sometime you want to set of code can be skipped, can be no, you don't want to execute. So those scenario you answer continue keywords. Okay. So here say continue statement. You can stop the current iteration and continue with the next. So this iteration I want to start, go to the next iteration, next iteration. So let's see a scenario. Okay. So here I want, instead of continue, I say let's I want two works. Print. So let's say this two line works. Okay, they are printing I multiply by I. Okay. So if I run this code, okay, so they are until the loop 10 times they are printing. Okay, they are printing all 10 times. Okay, even let's I. Okay, okay, they are printing all 10 times, right? Okay, so they are printing all 1 2 3 until the condition is the true. Okay, 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 I got. Condition is the is this the 10th. You have to write here 10. So okay, so they are until true they are printing. So how I want this line, this should be not executed. Okay, something not executed. Okay, so instead of this, I say let's comment here, and I say if let's I double equal to let's 4, or you can say I double equal to 6. For these two condition I say continue. Okay. So here until this condition, these two condition, if you run this, let's just tell at time. Okay, at time. So if this is the not the case, this is the not the case, then you are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the number 2 time, 2 time. But I want this 6 and 4 should be skipped. So I made condition if this condition is 4 or 6, in those cases just continue. Don't run this line of code. So after continue, this line of code is not going to part of the loop. Run here. So notice here 2, 3, 4. This 4, but for this 4, this line is not executed, right? And even the 6. If you want both not executed, you can put this condition in the top. Okay, here. So even you cannot execute anything for the 4 and 6. Notice here 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 5, 7. So these are the continue. So continue, that means this code, this line of code is inside the loop until condition true, but once this condition is made true, then this line of code is not going to execute it and continue for the next iteration. Continue for the next. So what the break did, break say just go outside of the loop, but continue say let's go for the next condition check. So in the case of continue, this loop is still going on until this condition is the true. Once condition false, then go to the outside of loop. But in the case of break, there even the condition true false doesn't matter. This condition is met, you can go outside of the loop. So this is your continue and break. Okay. So similarly, let's until the block of code. This is the block of code are executed until condition, yeah, this is the true, until this condition is a true. Once condition false, then what you do once condition false, then you can else I want to do something this. If condition true, then repeat the loop multiple time. Once condition false, then do this code. Look like if else. If this condition is true, then print this number. If condition is false, then print this number. So sometime you want to conditional loop. Okay, so those scenario you have go to the else statement. So with else statement, we can run the block of code once when this condition is no longer true. So here, just break here, okay, and now say in this condition is true, okay. Okay, here you can say write else, and else you can say print while condition is false. While condition is false, is false. Okay, so you can say, so this line is only printed when this condition is a false. So if you run here, so notice while condition is false. So in the case of continue, if what happened in, let's say I comment out and I here. In the case of if I equal to 4, a4, I'll break. In the break, this condition will be true or false? Maybe true. So if you run, in this case, this else loops is not printed. While the reason this condition is break out of the loop, this condition is only executed once this condition would be the false. But in the case of 4, this condition is the not a false. Not a false, then this else block is not executed. So please ensure whenever you're writing while else, until this condition is not false, this line is not executed. So in the case of break, the condition always be true because before you come out the loop. So note in this case break, this line is never executed because your this condition is met early. Even this is the true. But in the case of continue, in the case of normal loop, this condition must be going to the false after couple of iteration. So in this case, this else will be executed. So these are the some permutation combinations with the while loop. Now let's talk about the for loop. Both are the similar kind of things, but for loop have a some additional capability, you can say. Let's For loop is used to iterate over the sequence such as a list, tuple, and string, and execute a block of code for each item. So generally, for loop is used for we have some words, some collections of items, some collections of what might be list, might be tuple, might be string, or might be some inbuilt Python functions. So we have already some value, and I want to iterate them. I want to get them. I want to get them. I want to get them. So this is the concept of where the loop comes. So maybe we have some list and just for check every element and do something. So loop for loop is generally used when we have a sequence of collections of element, data, value, or some sequence a data generator function like a range function. We'll don't talk. So here in the case of for loop, you have a somehow let's we have a list. Okay, let's we have a list, list. We have some number. Okay, okay. So here you can say for num in my list colon and print num. So this is the way you are writing. So what happened here? You have a one list. You have a one list. List contain couple of value like 4, like 7, 2, 9. That's it. Okay. So here first for num. Num is the variable. Num is the variable that can hold value. Okay. So num in my list. So in my list, first four value you are going to the put here, and now they are going to the print. Hey, num print. So you are getting the four value here. Again, this say again. This is the loop. Again, go to the here. The next number. The next number is the put in again here. The next number would be the 7. You are printing the again 7. So here first print next number, again the next number, again the next number, again the next number. So this variable is getting one by one value, and in this value you can do whatever the operation you want to perform. So this is the for loop. This is the for look like they are the same print methods are going to execute multiple times. Why? Until this list have an element. This tuple, list, set, whatever collections you. So here you have to part some collection, some collection generator maybe, right? And even looping through string. Good part. The in the Python string is also collections of sequence of character. Okay, so in every string is the iteratable object, even that contains sequence of characters. So here later like name. Okay, name John. Okay, John is the name. So even this is the sequence of a character. So one by one character you can take. Here say for character or letter in name, and here's a print letters. Okay, So here you notice the one by one first John John in this way. So even this is the string is also a sequence of character. You can say string, list, tuple. Here you can pass a collections that have a some elements so that for loop is going to iterate them. Okay, so here always you pass some collections have a multiple value. Okay, multiple value, a one by one value you are going to the pass this until the all elements are value you cannot iterate them, and after that you have done the works. Okay, even similarly, here in the for loop also you can apply the break. With the break statement, you can stop the loop before loop has going through all itself. Maybe here I have item 1, item 2, item 3 items. Okay, so even you can loop, they are printing everything. Even you can say if you found the particular banana after that break. So first you can got apple, second you got banana, but at the break go outside the loop. So let's. So here let us numbers numbers, let us 5. Okay, and here you can say for num in numbers, and here you can say for print n. So here you can print every element. Okay, okay, every element. Okay, but I want, let's, if number 4 I want to break, here say if number double equal to 4 break. So now you are after 4 your number is a break. Okay, so this is the way you can also break out the loop, even you cannot iterate all the elements, so you can just break. So here in this case what happened, you have a collections, number of collections like 3, 6, 4, 8, 9. First you take 3 and not the 4, you can print them. Second you take 6, not a 4, print them. Again you can 4 is the map, then break the loop, come out. So here this element even not read out. So break is help us to come out from the loop once your break conditions are met. Okay. Similarly, you have a kind of a continue. In this also loop with a continue statement, you can stop the current iteration and the loop and continue to the next. Okay, the same here. Even here, I want to even we are a break, but I don't want to just say no. I want to continue. So after 4, once 4, they are not going to print. They skip them and then go to the next iteration. If you run here, they skip the 4 and then printing. Maybe you want to skip 4 or number equal to let's 8. You are skipping 4 or 8 both. Okay, 4 or 8 both. So here you want to continue loop. They are going to all the condition and only skip these two, whatever the condition you made. Sometimes the for loop also used for the range function. So till now, whatever we discuss, like here, so you have a here, you must have a something like a here sequence of elements. Can be here list, can be here list, can be here set, can be here tuple, can be here any collection, can be here a string. Okay, similarly What happened? We have not list, we have not collections, we have not the set. So Python also kind of this collection generator function. So you can say, hey, don't worry, we have already function, we can generate runtime this number, runtime these collections. So you can use the collection generator function as well as. So here you can, instead of list, tuple, set, you can use the range functions. So here the range functions is the to loop through the set of code to specify the number of times, and you can use the range function. Range function return the sequence of numbers starting with a 0 default and incremented by 1 default and end at the specific number. So here say range 6. So whenever you say range 6, they are starting from 0 and the next number they generate increment by the 1. 1, that means 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. 1, 1, 1 incremented, they are going to return number until you have specified the limit here 6. So, so here you can say I am going to for we have a number in range. The function here is specify the like a 5 and here say print number. So now you are not using any kind of a collection, just inbuilt range function that will generate collections for the for loop. Okay, notice 1, 2, 3, 4. This is start from 0 till the length manner. Okay, 5 is not included. Be careful. Okay, so this is by default 1, 1 increment. Once this condition loop done, print, your loop is done. So in this case, what happened? They have a range function. There is no any collection. There is no any collections. Okay, there is no any such collection there. For n in range. So range just start 5. So you can say okay 5. So I have by default they started with a 0. 0. So they assign to the 0 here. Okay, 0 start, but whenever they are going to get assign them, they just say plus 1, increment by the 1. The 0 plus 1, they are 1, they returning the 1. Again loop go, again in this, again plus 1. So already we have a 1, 1, 1 plus 1 will become a 2. Next time again this is a 2, the 2 plus 1 equals. So always they return plus 1. The plus 1 by default incrementer. This is the 1, then plus 1, then plus 1, then plus 1. Then. And this is the 5. Once you 5, you have start from the 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these are the 5 elements. 1 element, 2 element, 3 element, 4 element, 5 element. So this is say the number of iteration you want. 5 time I want iteration. The 5 time iteration is started. So this is the number of time, 5 time. Value start from the 0. Okay, and they are going to the plus 1 always. Plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So this is the range function help us to generate the number. And range, this is the default behavior. Even you can, instead of using the default as a 0, you can set, let's say I want to start from the 100 or 200 or 50 or 10. So you can also specify the initial value. The default here is start 0. So you can say no, whatever the range I have, I am going to start from 10. The 10 is my starting point or 100 and give me. Okay, 10, 100 and we have to say 10, 100, right. Okay, so here starting from 100, 101, 102, 103, always plus 1. So here you can say starting value until the value is. So here you can say the end value. This is not included, 105 not included till the 104. Okay, so if we start from the 10, then you can say here 50. So here you can range not say just the end, but we also starting position. From starting position till this position. They start from the 10, they start from the 10, they start from the 10, and then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1 increment. So by here, by default, here in this case, by default, start with a 0 till the 5 number. Okay. So now here you can say, no, I'm going to change this default with a 10, 10, go till 15. So 10, 11, 12, 13. So note this last number should be not included. Okay. Before the 14, before the 5, 4 you are get here. So please ensure the last, the number, whatever you specify, they are not part of your range function. So initial value will default 0. You can also specify initial value, whatever you want. So these are the, now the third scenario, even you can say range function default incremental by default 1. The by default they are always incrementing 1, 1, 1. I want to 2 increment or 3 increment. So you can third parameter you can pass the increment. Okay. So here you can say, hey, okay, here you can say, let's start with a 20. Let's start with a 20, go with a 35, but increment with the 4. So this is the third parameter. They start increment with the 4, 4 increment, not just one. By default, one increment. Here you can say 4 increment, or just 2, 2 increment. If you run, they are going to the 2 increment. Notice from 20, 20, 22, 24, 26, there are 2 increment. Even you can say it is a 5 increment. So they give the 20, 25, they give the increment of 5. So 20, 25, 30. 35 is not included. If you write here 36, so that means 35 is included. Okay. So range functions give the flexibility for the developer how you want to range, right now. So here say I can get the number a bit from between 0 to 5. Here you can say no, I want to 1, this is the plus 1 increment. Again say no, starting from the 10, do plus 1 increment and go till the before 15. Here say no, I am going to the range starting from a 20, but not the increment, incremented with the 5 till the 36. So here you have always the, this the second parameter say the end limit. This is the condition. This condition until true, they are going to the give the number. But the starting number would be the 0, starting number would be the 10, starting number would be 20. You can specify the first place. And the increment part, this is the by default 1 increment. The last parameter is the increment. What the increment you want. So logically, the range function generate the collections for the for loop, and you can get those number and perform the operations whatever you want, right? So these are the range functions are many places help us to loop the code the number of times which you want without any list, without any tuple, without any collection, without any string. So similarly, like a while loop have a kind of a else part. Similarly, also for loop also have a else part. So else keyword in the for loop is specify a block of code to be executed when the loop is finished. So when this is the loop, once this loop is finished, and then print this else part. So this condition until true. Once this condition going to the maybe true or maybe false. If this condition true, they are going to the loop and go to the inside. Okay, but condition false, go to the print here. So here you can say for let's a equal to our, we have a sum number for num in a print num. Okay, they are printing. So here you can say, you can also write here else print for is closed, loop is closed, loop is finished, for loop is finished, finished, for loop condition is for loop condition is false, condition is false. Okay. So once this condition false, it will go into the print. So if even here say if let's n double equal to 5, then break, break. Okay. So in so print. So they are not printing because this before condition meet false, they are going to the out. Okay, and if you say this is the continue, so in this case it's work print the condition because they are going to the true. So here also this condition is going to execute until the condition is true. Condition true means if all the elements are traverse, then its condition false. In the case of range function, here say range, range say like 8, 8. So until 8 is not, this condition is the okay. If here is say like maybe you are just ranging 3 4, so this condition is even the break. Okay, even you can say break. And if you let's say here like 7, so what happened, 5 will be the break and else will not execute it, right? Because the condition is not enumerate 7. But what happened if I am condition is not met, like maybe 4. Okay, so in this case our still condition false loop. So internally the Python interpreter know ki how much time this loop is going to execute. Even the range or collections, they have idea, they know ki until how many times this loop is going, and once the condition false, they are going to the end loop. Okay. Similarly, same thing. The else block will not executed if the loop is stopped by the break. Okay. So if break you are doing to break the loop, this code is not executed. Same will look, right? Because the condition is the range. All the elements are not traverse here. The condition is not false. If condition this is the false, then go to the else statement. So there is a chance in the concept of the loop. So here your condition is a true, and then you are going to make this code in the loop. Okay, this is the one. Second scenario might be you have a loop. Okay, inside the loop, inside also we have write the loop that go inside the loop, that go inside the loop. This is also in the inside the loop, inside the loop. So loop can also contain the loop. This is known as a nested loop. So this is the top level loop where this is the going to the loop, and this is the inner level loop, you are going to the loop inside the loop. So this is known as your inner loop or outer loop. So this loop known as a outer loop, this loop known as a inner loop. Okay, so let us so we have a for a in range 5. Okay, if you print here, print a, a. Okay, this will print, there is no issue. Okay, And here you can also write for b in range, that's 5. And here you can say print a comma b both. Okay, so let's I just comment here so that you know. Okay, so notice, so here for this. Okay, so in this way, first a0, then complete all 5, then 1. Okay, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. So here a, that means let's understand the here. So this is the top loop. Okay, this is the top loop. They start from the 0 1 2 3 4, 5 is not included, and inside another loop. Okay, so here is the 0, this is the first element 0, and here start b again 0 to 4. So 0 comma 0, again 1, 0 comma 1, 0 comma 2, again once done, similarly loop again start from the 1, 1 comma 0, 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2. In this way you are, whenever outer loop 4, they are started this the, so this is the first is the outer loop, and second your is the inner loop. So this way you can do. So in this way you can do one liner, and even here you can say, so notice this is the 0 for all the 0 0. This is the, let's, you can say here maybe multiply. Okay, so you can see just the multiplication. Okay, so make a space. Okay, so this is the multiply. So this is the all 0 multiply, and this is the all the value. Okay. So in this way you can get the multiple range, you can say b r a r b. So whatever the permutation combination you can, right, row column, you can say this is the row, this is the column. Okay, so this is the, even nested inside a loop, you can do. Nested loop cannot just like this is the only scenario. Okay, even this loop inside another loop you can also say for c in a range, that's 5. Here print a comma b comma c. So all these 3 variables are in the get. So notice this all 3 variable you can get. Okay, you get all the value for this is the, let's just simple 3 3 3 3 can get all the value. Notice here this is the first, this is the 0, then again upper loop, then the inner loop. This is 3 times. Okay, similarly next this is the for top loop. This is the for this is for top loop, this is the second inner, this is the top innermost. Okay, so in this way you can get the value. So inside loop you can do whatever you, the number of nested you want. And there is also concept of the list comprehension. So they provide the compact syntax to performing the transformation to create new list. We already discussed using this list comprehension, you can generate the list. Okay, so here you can also use the for concept. So like this is the number 1 to 9. Okay, so you can also generate another list comprehension using the for loop. So here say, hey, whatever the for in number, just multiply and do 2. So here say, so let us say we have a number. Let's equal to 2, 3, and 6. This is number. Okay, and here you can say print another list. You can create n1 list and say I want to create a list. Okay, for x in nums. Okay, x in nums. Okay, here simply say your x. Okay, so in this way you can create the same duplicate. So here like print. So this is the original number, same duplicate you can print. But here you can say, hey, I want to multiply by 10. So I am going to create duplicate using the multiplication of 10. Okay, they are multiplication of 10. So here you can say for each element, here also you can use a for loop and same in and this number of collections. And whatever the here they are going to create another new list. This is the comprehension. And even here I want only even number or odd number condition you can also apply. Let's see here 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So if you run, they will give the all the value. So even you can say, hey, I want to another 2 list, but I want just x same, but if say here you can specify the if condition. If x modulo 2 double equal to 0. They can say only those value which modulo only the even number you can say. The only even number you can say. If you want only odd number, you can similarly say odd number. Let's say you can create another list and here say not equal to 0. So you can say all the odd number, odd number, all the even number. So you can say for loop in list comprehension you can use here numbers or even you get the conditions. Okay, and even you can say less than greater than. You can say only in this case. That's n4. Here you can say if value x greater than 4 and x less than 7. So only these value you can specify. Okay. Greater than if conditions, what say? Simplify that. Okay, simply okay. Just they want in this way also you can do it will works, but they were simplified. This is the only 2 and 5. If you want to include the it only greater than this one is 6 and 7. If you want to hear 9, so 9, so you can say the greater than value this. Okay, so instead of writing this, this is a syntax where x simplified version you can write simply, right? X value is the greater than and less than. In this way, you can get the same value. So you can say for loop in the list comprehension also make looping internally. Okay, And whenever you are going to work with functions, the list, I want to complete the index position as well as. So you can say enumerate is the functions that return the tuple containing the count starting with the 0 and obtain the remaining sequence, you can say. So here, this is the one more concept, like let's say we have a list, my list equal to, let's say we have a couple of number. Okay, okay, couple of number we have. Okay, and if we can use the function like a for for n in, and here instead if you can directly write my list. Okay, print. So they just print the all the number, right? But I want this is start from 0 index 1 2 3 4 5 everything. So here you can, instead of the, you can say enumerate, and pass this list. Okay, this pass the list, and then you can get the both actual number and index as well as, you can say index as well as number. So here you can get, hey, this is the 0 index value, this 1 2 3 4, all the tuple with the indexes. So sometime you want to the index of the particular position, index 3 index 4, so you can say just use the enumerate function that give the your index kind of things. Okay, so they returning the default value 0. Okay? So in this sometime you want. Okay, so sometimes enumerate functions also help us to find out the each element positions value. And this is the concept of one zip functions. Let's say we have a two list. This is the list one and this is the list two. Okay, they have a some element, they have a some element. So you have to make one zip list. So this is the element one, this is the element one, again this is the element one, this is the element one, in this way. So if first element and the first element make the another array. Okay, so look like this way. So look like a yes, we have a one list, we have another list. Okay, might be they have a multiple element, may have a some element. So take first element and first element, make the list. Okay, then next element, make the element. No, make the element, make element. Extra element can be skipped. Extra element can be skipped. So same number of element you can get here. So let us here you can say zip function. So let's key a. We have a list like uh, 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Okay, we have a b list. Let's list, we have a single a, single character b, single character c. Okay, so here you can loop both. Okay, so here say for I comma j, you can take two variable, you can take two variable uh, in zip and pass a comma b, print I comma j. So in this way, you can get the 1A, 2, P, 3, C, and this is skip. Maybe here we have only two element. Then you can take only two value. Okay, two value. If here I have a maybe multiple value. See here I will just like two value. So only two. So only two you can get. So whatever the first one, two, two, three match, they are zipping them. Sometime you want to mix the two list and make one combine, and whatever the operation you want to do, you can get them. So these are the zip functions which help us to get the ith positions of the each argument between the both list. Okay. Okay, so these are the some you can say examples about the loop, and if you want to get more detail about all the control flow, just go to the official document, and these are the for statement and everything's whatever we discuss like a loop, in, words, for everything's that can we can find the more details with. Even the whatever the range function, how range function works, everything you can take the detail from the official document. Okay, so that is the for the looping. So majorly we discuss kind of two kind of loops. One is your while loop, another is your for loop. So while loop we have a while and a condition. If condition true, code of the blocks are executed until condition true. Similarly, for loop, for a particular element in the collections. Here collection can be list, tuple, set, or even the list generator function like range. And they all the elements, whatever the element collections have, they are printing one by one. And then no elements, then go to the outside of the loop. And both loop have a concept of you can break the loop or you can continue the loop, and both have a else block right now. So all the things you can explore. The good option, you just do some small exercise so you feel comfortable about all this loop and well. And we're going to next write couple of codes, couple of example of this, so you feel more comfortable to going to use in the program of these loops. Okay, so this is about your control flow, loop concept, while loop, and for loop. Thank you.